Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I am president of Trinity Employment Specialists here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. One of the things we do here in Tulsa is we have a travel nursing agency, and we staff for travel nurses literally all over the nation. And I wanted to go over a specific topic today that is really interesting. This is targeted towards brand new travel nurses. This is someone who you've thought of travel nursing a little bit, but you've never really known how to get into it. It's such a difference in employment that a lot of nurses especially who work in a hospital, you've seen and heard about travel nursing, or you've probably worked with them before. And maybe you've heard a little bit about how much they make. I mean, most travel nurses make double what the average nurse makes in a year. And so it may be that the rumors going around is that this nurse is making double what we do, and they have flexibility in their schedule. Oh, by the way, they only work 6 months out of the year. They still make more than you do. There are all of these rumors that I've heard of that get started and that lead a brand new nurse or someone that might be interested in travel nursing to begin just asking questions. So the entire goal of us even doing YouTube videos or anything about this is to educate new potential travel nurses, and then also, shamelessly ask you, give us a call. We would love to work with you. And so that's the whole purpose here. But I want to go ahead and get started. These are 6 steps to just getting started in travel nursing. Number 1, you need to find a travel company that you will want to work with. There are travel nursing staffing firms all over the nation. I would suggest a couple of things, though. Every staffing firm has different things that they are good at, certain things that they're not good at. I would go and truly read reviews on that staffing agency and find out what is it that nurses are saying. Are they saying good things? Are they saying bad things? When personal situations happen to come up, are they treated poorly? Are they treated well? What are the things that people are saying? What kind of benefits does the staffing agency offer you whenever you go onto their payroll? What kind of training opportunities do they offer? There are all sorts of different things that you should check into to find out who is it that I should be working for and with. There are all sorts of different people that can help you. So you might want to check those things out. The second thing is you'll want to work with a staffing agent. One of the people that you will want to work with is actually coming in here right now, and her name is Darcel. Darcel is our travel nursing recruiter. She's the one that works directly with the staffing, the nurse. And I'll tell you what are some of the things, Darcel, that people ought to be looking for whenever they start working with a travel agency nurse, a nursing recruiter? Like what should they ask for and look for?
They need to find out the location. That's very important for the nurse. What location? Because a lot of agencies have many different states. I mean, if you have a compact license, make sure you have that. That is to ensure that even though we don't have something proper in your state that you live in, you could go to other states with the compact license. Ask about the meals and incidentals, the M&I things that you could get. A lot of nurses don't know they could get a non-taxable pay package with their travel stipends.
Right. Well, that was one of the other benefits that
Yes.
that you could have.
Right.
But what we're trying to go over is just like getting started.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a different animal, and I try to tell every nurse, because right off the bat you're going to say, I'm making $20 an hour. Okay, your $20 an hour is the only monies that will be taxed. You get a housing stipend on top of that, plus an M&I. So that could range anywhere from $1,900 to $2,200 a week with 36 hours worked.
So one of the things that you really need to focus on is get somebody who knows their business, that is actually willing to spend time to explain these things to you. This is what I'll bet most new travel nurses deal with. This is the truth too, Darcel.
Yeah, it is.
We really try to spend a lot of time doing this, but most travel nursing recruiters, they are so busy.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't believe the plethora of things that they've got to handle just for one
Yes,
nurse.
absolutely.
They're so busy dealing with this and getting people assigned that taking time to really educate people is not a top priority. What we want to do is truly be a good resource, and so we try to make Darcel available to be able to train and not train you, but just coach you a little bit. Sometimes you just want to have somebody that'll help.
Yes. Because you don't understand what you're about to launch your career into. And it's very helpful. I mean, you can make the money that you make weekly versus every 2 weeks. So it's very important to educate yourself moving forward, so you know what you're looking at.
Next thing is you want to check out your options. What kind of options might you have? You know, as new travel nurse, you know, job options might be limited because of your experience. However, you might be eligible for making more money in this particular area. What is it that they need to be thinking about when they're looking at possibly going into travel nursing? Because they're brand new.
Right. Okay. First of all, brand new nurse cannot travel. You have to have at least 1 year under your belt.
Right. So 1 year under our belt, but let's just assume
in the specialty.
They've got 1 to 2 years of experience under their belt. They've been listening to these travel nurses talk about how much more they're making,
Right.
and the grass is seeming like it's greener on the other side. So
it is greener. They make more money. So
Right.
that's green.
yeah.
It is greener.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what should they be talking to their recruiter about? You know, let's hope that they're not going somewhere else and talking to somebody
Right.
else, but let's just
Exactly.
say that they are. What do they need to?
Well, you need to know, there's things you need to know as far as your pay. First of all, you get paid every 2 weeks. Being a traveler, you get paid weekly. Okay,
Right.
do we have insurance? That's important to a nurse. We do offer first day insurance. Okay, that's another thing that they're looking at, because they're like, okay, I'm gonna put my job on hold. I'm gonna do PRN. PRN don't give you insurance.
Right.
Okay, so when you do a travel contract, you can have first day insurance.
Right.
So that's a benefit. To know where you want to stay, I tell all new travelers to work in your own backyard before you venture out to another state, because it's more, you're going to be comfortable in your own state versus going somewhere else. So that's very important for a new traveler.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, for me, I've always thought, man, it would be so much nicer to have someone that you knew and trusted in the case that, let's just say, someone dies in your family. Like, what type of person, as a nurse, as your recruiter and your advocate, what kind of person are you dealing with here?
Right.
Are you dealing with somebody who's really going to try to go out and help you, or are you dealing with somebody who they just want to make money?
A number.
And I really think it's important to get somebody
Absolutely.
that you have a relationship with.
Yes.
Wrapping up, because we got to do this really quickly. Number 4, you need to have the proper licenses. What are some of the things that your average nurse working in a hospital, they've got 2 years of experience, what are some of the licenses that they might need to be expecting to be ready for?
Well, only as long as they have their RN licensure, okay? You could either have one state license or a compact, meaning you can go anywhere. The thing to focus on is your certifications, okay? A lot of hospitals today, even a med-surg nurse, you need more than a BLS. You need an ACLS, okay? Then you need, if you ICU, you need PALS, you need TNCC. So it's a lot of certifications. And now you need the stroke certification. So there's a gamut of certifications that they need. So talking to a recruiter, you might have, and I've run across so many nurses just have BLS. You're not qualified. And now
Really?
yes.
Okay.
They've changed it.
Yeah.
Normally a med-surg nurse would have a BLS. No, you have to have ACLS as well now. So that's very important to get that certification.
Okay, that's good to know. The last thing is you got to pick an assignment. Just talk about real quickly, because we got about 1 minute left here. What's it like to pick out an assignment? What kind of process do you go through? Can you talk about that in a minute, or is that a 20?
That's a long thing. That's a long process.
Can you overview it real quick for us?
Yes. Well, just to highlight it, to pick assignment, there's several things you have to have. We got to do an application. You got to do a skills checklist. You have to send me 2 references, 1 manager, 1 supervisor. Some facilities want 3 references. So things like that, we have to do all of that before submission.
Okay.
You cannot submit a nurse without having all of those bullet points, because I have to upload them into the system.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do. We're going to do another series following this up. The entire series that we're going to do. We're going to do 10 minutes on what is it that you need to be able to get your application filled out appropriately to become a travel nurse. Listen, if Trinity can help you in any way, I would love to get you talking to Darcel. I didn't know you were going to be available to join us.
Yeah,
So
I'm so email.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Give us a call at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com.